So obviously a lot of things are in flux with the presidential race right now, so I'm going to leave that to the side. But one thing we can absolutely be sure of is our need to keep the Senate. And after last week's very weird, very long, convict-heavy RNC in Milwaukee, I'm going to start by talking about the Wisconsin Senate seat. For those of you who didn't hear my rant on Wisconsin, the Republicans didn't choose that state for their convention arbitrarily. They chose it because they can't win the Electoral College without it. And they were hoping to sway the people of Wisconsin to their anti-democratic authoritarian version of America, but I don't think they succeeded. But the Republicans don't just need Wisconsin for the Electoral College. They need it to take control of the Senate, which is why I keep talking about the importance of Tammy Baldwin's campaign. If you want women's rights over their own bodies codified into law, if you want to solidify voter protections and start getting dark money out of politics, if you want to keep your Social Security and your Medicare and the protections of the Affordable Care Act, if you want to have a functional and not completely bought and paid for Supreme Court for the next, say, 100 years, we need a Democratic Senate. So supporting and voting for candidates like Tammy Baldwin are going to be essential to retaining our rights. A lot of politicians have disappointed me lately, but not Tammy Baldwin. As I've said before, in a sea of spotlight seekers, Tammy Baldwin is this quiet, fierce fighter for some of the most important issues in America, like women's rights and lower prescription drug prices and border security and veterans affairs and protecting same-sex marriage. Honestly, I'm going to have to do another whole video on how amazing this woman's life has been and how much she understands the American experience. But suffice it to say, this woman is a trailblazer. A totally underestimated champion who deserves to win because she's A, freaking good at the job, and B, she knows who she's doing it for. And that's the people, particularly the people of Wisconsin. Her opponent, on the other hand, the carpetbagging mega millionaire who's actually from Orange County and just swooped in at Mitch McConnell's command to be part of that billionaire boys club, that guy's in it for himself. So I don't just want Tammy to win. I want her to decimate this bought and paid for shill, the powers that be brought in to try and trick the people of Wisconsin into giving their rights away. So do me a favor. Post-Republican convention, pre-Democratic one, send a message to the Republicans that their story of hate and division and what's in it for me just doesn't resonate with us. And donate to Tammy Baldwin's campaign. As I've always done, I've attached a link here and I put one in my bio to make it as easy as possible for you to help her out. You'll not only be helping save a Senate seat that we absolutely can't afford to lose, but you will be sending a message to the Republican establishment who just took over Wisconsin that the Democrats aren't the evil monsters they make us out to be, that ultimately we're the people who will always back the good guys like Senator Tammy Baldwin. Save the Senate. Check the link.